channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. So today we just have a little holiday makeup tutorial, nothing major, and we will be playing with some new products that I picked up recently, and I was gifted some new products. So let's get into how we create this look. I think it's really great for either really like maybe New Year's Eve, but you can wear this on Christmas. I would wear this on Christmas. So stay tuned for this tutorial. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it. If you are new, I would love for you to click that subscribe button and join the Glam Girl Squad. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting my channel with every one of your likes, your comments, shopping through my links. I truly appreciate any type of support that you do consistently give to my channel. Just know it really means a lot, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So let's get right into this video. Okay, so starting off, there was really no real inspiration for this look. I just had some new products and I wanted to play with them. So if you saw my Black Friday shopping haul video, I showed you all that I purchased the Armani Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer. It was a duo kit. So we got this light pink color here, and then we got this one here. This is in the shade 10. I don't know if they sell these separately. So if they do, I'll have it linked down below. If they don't sell it separately, then I'll have the kit linked down below. But this one is really beautiful, and I love that it was basically like almost my skin tone in terms of the color of it. The glow is really pretty on the skin. It's nothing that's overpowering to my natural skin, meaning that I would wear this by itself. I felt like it blended really easily into the skin. It's very lightweight, not oily at all. It's definitely not one of those glow enhancers that provide like a bunch of extra moisturization. It's literally just like a liquid highlighter. That's the best way I can describe this formulation. But it gives a really beautiful glow to the skin. So I put this on first. Then I went in with one of my favorite foundations. And you know how like you haven't worn a foundation in a while and you're like, oh, this is my favorite, let me try it again. And then you put it on again and you're like, oh, this ain't hitting like it used to. Well, let me tell you, this YSL All Hours foundation now has been going strong for a full year. I actually just saw a couple days ago my first application of this foundation, and I was like, yo, this foundation is still beautiful on the skin, still flawless. The application is beautiful. Like, oh, the flawlessness of this foundation. It is a matte foundation, but I would like to say it is I would say it's not a hard matte foundation, but it's a solid matte foundation, meaning that if you do have dry skin, definitely prep your skin. I have more normal skin. The glow enhancer, I think, did help. Plus, I had put on some good moisturization from my skincare, so my skin did not feel extra dry with applying this. However, if you do have dry skin, prep your skin well, but it's such a flawless, just perfecting and like glam foundation. This is definitely full coverage. You can use less if you want less coverage, but it kind of comes out of the bottle like we're going for full coverage. But it has such a beautiful sheen. It has an SPF of 30 in it, but there's no flashback. So I love this foundation. I still highly recommend it. But the reason why I chose this foundation for today is because I picked up the new YSL All Hours concealer. In the foundation, I wear DN1. And in the concealer, I picked up MN1. So this is my first time. Nope, this is not my first time wearing this concealer. This is my second time wearing this concealer. The claims of this is supposed to be creaseless, very long wearing, very perfecting, lightweight, but like giving you all the coverage that you need. I do like the packaging. I love that the packaging looks very similar to the foundation. And the doe foot has this kind of like triangular tip, if you can see it. And it's supposed to control the amount of product that comes out so you don't have too much coming out at one time. I don't mind the shape of the doe foot, but I do feel like it really does limit the amount of concealer that comes out. Now, in most circumstances, that's not a problem. In this circumstance though, and I will be honest, I am still forming my thoughts on this concealer because the first time I wore it, which I do have footage of it, so I'll insert a clip here. The first time I applied it, y'all haven't even seen that reels yet. I put on the normal amount that I would. Like, I tend to be a little more conservative with my concealers, and I didn't really like it too much. The formulation is definitely going to be also a more mattifying formulation. The foundation I wore the first time I wore this is also kind of like a soft matte foundation. So I thought like, okay, I don't really know. Maybe it needs to do your base. It looked like very kind of thin, a little like dry under the eyes. So I was like, okay, I don't really know. But it did last all day long. I didn't really see a lot of creasing under the eye. So I was just like, okay, I remembered something that one of you guys told me when I was talking about how the Gucci concealer didn't work for me. And one of you all said, you actually have to be generous with the amount that you apply. Don't go in with less. Like, less is not more for the Gucci concealer. So I remembered that. Thank you. You know who you are if you're watching this. So I put on more today, like more than I normally did. And I will agree, I think it looks better with more concealer. Now, I do feel like the under eye area still looks a little more dry than I would prefer. So I've had this face on now for right around 12 hours. I've had at least the concealer on. So I feel like it has held up really well. But you can see under the eye that I feel it looks a little dry. I have what I would consider my natural creasing that occurs under the eye, but there's no like additional creasing to where I would say like, ooh, this concealer really does crease. So I am still like forming my opinion about this concealer. I don't hate it. Like, I'm not like, I'm never going to use this again. But I feel like there's something I'm missing. Like, there's just one component of application that I need to tweak. And I feel like once I do that, I will hopefully love it. And I think I also want to love it because I love the foundation so much. So I will let you guys know as I continue to wear it, like, if my thoughts remain true. But the high points of it are the longevity for sure. And I do think it does very well in holding up against your own natural creases. Like, I have my natural creases, but I don't think they're overly accentuated. It does have a very flawless finish to the skin. I do think it adds like that kind of blurring effect as well. So I think it's a beautiful formulated concealer. I just need to know if it's really for me. And it also could be, you know, even though it's the All Hours concealer, maybe it doesn't pair well with a more matte foundation on skin that's normal to dry. So those are my thoughts so far. I'll keep you updated. But so far, I'm still entertaining it. I then went in to set my under eye and T-zone area with the Evolution Powder. Ride or Die Powder. This is shade 01. And I went in to set with the Powder Puff by Danessa Myricks. I really like using a puff when I want a more flawless and very blurred application of makeup. Anytime I wear this foundation, I do feel like I need to go kind of like more glam, more full coverage. So I didn't go in with an excessive amount of powder, but I did like press the powder in to just give me a little bit more flawlessness. And it really does. When I first sat down to do, not first sat down to do my makeup, but when I first was applying my makeup, by the time I got to my concealer, I was looking at my forehead, and you can kind of see it now, like my pores that are forming, or that are here on my forehead. And I was like, shoot, I didn't put any balm powder on first to like blur the pores. And I was like, let me just take this Evolution powder and blur these pores. And I'll show you now, because it's been a little while, but it's such a blurring powder. So don't see my, let me tilt my powder. Here we go. Tilting my mirror up. See my pores. So I'm just going to add some here. I'm doing this one side, so hopefully you can see the blurring effect. But look how blurred my pores look. Like, it's so, I love it so much. So that's the powder that I used. After the powder, I went in to, no, I forgot. After my concealer and powder, I actually did my brows before concealer and powder. I didn't get it on camera. I didn't know if I was going to be this committed to this video idea, and then I decided I would be committed to the video idea. I just went in with the Groundwork palette, went in with the Velvet Pomade shade Sculpted, Velvet Pomade formula in the shade Sculpted right here. My brows desperately need to be done, and so they look more maybe bushy than I normally would wear them. But I'm actually really proud of these brows. Maybe I'm a little proud of my technique that I've seen other people do, and I finally tried it on myself. So I'll share it really quickly. So when your brows need to be done, especially if they're kind of already thick and you're just like, these are unruly. Because that's how they have been very unruly. And when I've been trying to fill them in the way that I normally fill them in, they're looking way too thick. So the idea came to me a couple of days ago, like, hey, why don't you just like carve out the lower part of the brow, but don't carve the top part. Like brush your hairs up with your brow gel and just literally like fill them in like so that you're just getting like more groomed, bushy brow look. So here for that. So my go-to brow gel is by Ashinka Cherie. It is the Browsing Brow Gel. I love this brow gel. It's just, it's absolutely my favorite. So I always put that in as my first step when I'm doing my makeup. Let it dry. And so then by the time I'm ready to fill in my brows, I can do that. And then I went in with my just brow pencil. And I literally just did strokes like this. And then I did carve out the bottom of my brows. And then when I got to the tail, I literally just did diagonal strokes like so to fill them in. I did no like carving of the top. And then I just made sure, you know, to blend the product in, but like making sure to just brush the hairs up and out so they have that more like bushy fanned look, but they look like you're like groomed bushy versus just like unruly bushy. And I really like my brows. Like this is gonna be the look until I get my brows done on Saturday. There we go. So then on to the eye. So I did purchase a couple of products during Black Friday from Danessa Myricks. I wanted to play with those. So I first went in with Creme Brulee. This is a Colorfix matte Colorfix product. I already had this one, so this is a matte shade. Went in with that. Tip for Colorfix, especially the matte color fixes, but really any color fix formula, because these do dry down pretty quickly, the best way to apply these is to go in with your shader brush, apply one layer on the eyelid. You know, like in my case today, I applied it all over the eyelid. Let it sit for like a few seconds. You want it to dry down just enough to where it's not fully dry, but it's not going to move too much while it's drying. So I gave it like 30 seconds. Then I went in with a fluffy blending brush. So I went in with the Refer 27 brush and then just blend out the edges of the Colorfix product. Don't go in and blend like the center of it because that's set in place. Blend out the edges and you're good to go. So that's the best way to work with Colorfix. Like once you apply one layer, let it dry a bit, blend out the edges. If you want to intensify the color, go in with the second layer, repeat the same steps. So laid down Creme Brulee. Then I purchased Colorfix in the cream formula in the shade Romance. Such a beautiful shade, and it looked even better on the eyes. So I put that in the inner corner, slightly toward the middle of the eye. I loved how it looked, but I was like, I don't want to stop here. And so I went in with the Twin Flames in Serpentine. I also picked this up during Black Friday. I love the Twin Flames. It's such a dynamic formula and it's very easy to work with. So like I was explaining in my Black Friday haul video, these can be very intense, but they also can be applied very lightly. So as you saw in the video, I'm taking a fluffy brush. I went in with the My Kitco 0.3 brush and literally just kind of fanned it across the center of the eye because I didn't want this color to be too intense on the eye because I wanted this eye look to honestly be more subtle. That's funny, more subtle. After I applied Twin Flames, I was like, I think I need a little pop, 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 right? So then I went in with her Chrome Flakes in the shade Confetti. This is the shade that comes in her holiday kit that she released this holiday season with the Chrome Flakes and also a new shade of Colorfix. So, and I don't think this shade, so far this shade is not sold individually. So if you do want to get the shade, you do have to purchase the holiday kit to get the shade of Chrome Flakes. So I initially said we're going to just do a little pop in the inner corner. Well, that pop became a little like loud and I was like, well, we got to balance out the loudness. So then I was like, well, let me just apply a little bit in the center. And then I was like, okay, we went a lot louder than I wanted to, but I am so here for it. Of course, this eye has held up all day, no creasing or anything, and my eyelids crease for sure. So if you have eyelids that crease, they're oily, the Colorfix matte products are great as a base to lay down because it really doesn't allow for that creasing to occur. And then if your eyes really just are like they are crease city, go on with your eye primer, like what you know works to stop the creasing, and then you can apply your Colorfix on top. But that's the eye. I love it. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted after the fact, but it's a really pretty eye. So for eyeliner, kind of keep along with the green theme, even though you really can't see the green from the Twin Flames. But I went in with Charlotte Tilbury's. This is her Eye Color Magic Liner Duo. This is the one in green lights with the matte and foiled or shimmer side, metallic side. So I went in with the matte side. I don't know if these are still being sold. If they are, I really do like them, and they last. Like, you can still see after about 12 hours, you still see that green on the waterline, and I also used it to tightline, and it's still there. So these really do last all day long. For mascara, because I didn't want to put on lashes, I went in with the YSL Lash Clash mascara. That is always a tongue twister for me. Lash Clash. Love, 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 love this mascara. The brand did send it to me, but I promise you when I run out, I will be purchasing this. I just love the volume it gives to my lashes. I love the length that it provides. They never clump. And I don't ever look in my eyes and go like, I should have put on lashes. Like this really does a great job at adding the volume and the length. So that's what I've been using lately for mascara. And then we moved on to the face because we're almost done. Like, this was, like I said, entering this makeup look. It was supposed to be like simple and it got a little complex, but we just kept a little grounded afterwards. So I went in with the Balm Powder in shade 8.5. I did pick this up also during Black Friday. And I will tell y'all, when I started using this as my bronzer, I was like, wait a second, this is not that much deeper than my skin tone. Like, I was like, wait a second. Could I use this shade as my all over face shade in the summer? I just might, depending on how tan I get. So I did use this all over the face as, you know, bronzer. I really like it, and I will continue to use it as a bronzer, but I am also going to play with it as like complexion too. Like, I might, for instance, if I'm wearing like a skin tint or a regular foundation and that's like a little light, I might just put the foundation in the center of the face and then use this on the perimeter and, like, you know, blend it, mix it into the skin that way. But I thought it was going to be more deep on the skin than it was. So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, I need to go in with another bronzer because I wanted my skin to be a little bit more bronze. And I was like, oh, I know the perfect bronzer. Pat McGrath, I went in with Burnished Honey. I was like, these two together are beautiful. And if you look at them, let me show you them side by side. Like, they balance each other out quite well. So went in with Burnished Honey, didn't add a lot, but it definitely gave me a bit more bronze, and it gave me the bronze I was looking for. The Pat McGrath bronzers, in my opinion, one of the best products that was released this year, hands down. Okay, so after bronzing, went in with blush. So I went in with the Patrick Ta She's Giving Blush Duo. I went in with only the powder shade. I'll be honest, I probably should have just stuck and stopped with the powder of, with this particular color of blush because I really, really liked it. And afterwards, I was like, oh, I think I want a more pop because I love the cooler tone of this color because I felt like it went really nicely with the cooler tone of my eye. And I was like, oh, yes. And then I was like, ooh, let's just take it a step further. So I went in with the Balm Powder Flush in this shade called It Girl, which also is cool toned, but it's a little more, it's a little more warm than She's Giving. And so of course I like it. I think it's beautiful, but I was like, if I wanted this look to lean way more cool, I should have just stopped with She's Giving. But I really liked this overall look. It came together, and I don't think it clashed with my eyes. So I was like, okay, we'll just keep going with it. So that was the blush. For highlight, I wanted to use something that was like pinky based, but I didn't want to go all the way pink. I wasn't ready to commit that far. But I wanted like a hint of pink. So I went in with the Enlight powder by Danessa Myricks. And this powder, if you can see, I'm probably gonna have to swatch it. It looks like white, but then when you swatch it, it's got a pink pearlescent. Oh, it is so stunning. This is what she calls her halo powders. And these, like, literal, like halo powder is the perfect way to describe it, because it looks like angel dust. Like if angels produce dust. That is what this looks like. I have used these powders, these in light powders, to literally buff all over the face, and you talk about a glow. Okay, this gives me a frame of mind of is it Givenchy? I don't even feel like going up and getting it. I'll pop a picture up. Meteorites. Guerlain. There we go. The Guerlain Meteorites. That's what this puts me in the frame of mind of, because that's also like a glowy powder that you can buff into the skin and use it as a finishing powder. This you can do that with. The biggest difference between the Meteorites and then this in light powder is that you can get way more pigmentation from the in light powder. So if you wanted to like pack it on, you can do that, or you can just buff it out and get this like really beautiful pearlescent glow to the skin. So I used that for my highlight and I loved it. It was like the perfect touch of glow to the skin. And then guys, we sprayed our face a couple times with the Set It Forever mist. And then we moved on to the lips, because at this point we're done with the tutorial. So I went in first with the Colorfix matte in the shade Creme Brulee. That's what I used as my lip liner. And then for the center of my lips, I went back in with It Girl in the Bone Powder Flushed. And then you guys, let's talk about this gloss, because it's not a gloss, it's a lip oil. YSL Beauty. Have y'all heard of them? Maybe I should do a dedicated video to their entire brand, because I think I have almost every product from the brand now. They have been sending me product this year. And you guys let me know if you want to see a dedicated review of their products. I have complexion, powder, blushes, bronzers, all the things. So they just sent me this package. I got it in the mail yesterday. But here are all of the lip oils at the top, and then these are the lipsticks at the bottom. So I will do another video going through each one of the shades and the lipsticks, because I don't want this video to be too long. But I saw these and I was like, okay, these look really nice. Maybe I should put one on. So the shade that I put on today is called Crush It Coral. Did y'all see the way it glided on? And I actually, this morning, if I caught it on camera, you saw the first shade that I used was Morning Nude. Oh my gosh. No. This is Pink Shine. If I caught it on camera, I will insert that clip as well. I put this on like when I first went to put my makeup on, and I was like, oh, this feels like slam butter on the lips in the best possible way. And this shade is called Power Pink. I'm sorry. So the shade that I have on now is Power Pink. And the shade that I applied in the beginning of this video is called Pink Shine. Okay, if you have tried the Dior lip gloss or lip oil, so much better. Yen says it's so much better. Absolutely 100% better than Dior's. And I think that's a high claim, because most people really do enjoy their lip oils. I am thinking of other lip oils that I love, and I'm like, Yensa might be like supreme. And I got a few different lip oils. These are so good that I thought this morning, like, I should do a video of like the best lip oils so I can share these, so I can say this is the best one. That's how good these are. Yensa, y'all did it with this formulation. So it says, experience the lip luxury redefined with our new and improved lip collections. They're infused with our exclusive 8 super oil blends to provide nourishing shine and gorgeous color in just one swipe. I also really enjoyed the color and the pigmentation that I got from the lip oils. And let me tell you guys, this moisturization lasted throughout the day as well. Like, not that I didn't have to reapply, but this wasn't a lip oil that absorbs into the skin really quickly, and then, you know, 30 minutes later, you feel like you put nothing on. I love that it kept its shine too. Like, if I'm gonna use a lip oil, I also don't want to feel the need to go in with a lip gloss afterwards. Like, I want you to do all the things, and I feel like this does all the things. It feels so good on my lips, and let me tell you, they did it with the formulation of these lip oils. I have not tried the lipsticks yet. So like I said, I will dedicate another video to that so we can see them in action. I can try them all on my lips. You can see what the shades look like. But the oils that they do have in the lip products, we've got coconut oil, that's going to boost collagen production, vitamin E oil that will deeply nourish dry skin, rice bran oil that's going to promote hydration, avocado seed oil that will replenish chapped skin, carrot seed oil. I didn't even know carrots had oil, okay? Improve skin health. But that makes sense. Carrots do, you know, improve the health of your skin, eye, hair, nails. Tri-seed oil, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, black sesame oil, prevents appearance of fine lines, and then flaxseed oil soothes irritated skin. So a ton of great claims on these lip products. Oh my goodness. Might have been the best surprise in this whole makeup application today. Because I didn't put them on prior to sitting down to do this makeup look. So that is the look, guys. I really like it. I think it's a look that for the most part could be recreated pretty simply. And especially if you already have products like this at home, you just give yourself a little razzle dazzle with the eyes, pop on a bright fun lip, make the face nice and perfected, and there you go. That's gonna last all night, because this face, if I wore this for New Year's Eve, honey, it's getting me all the way into 2024 and well into 2024. Because I could still go like the rest of this evening if need be. Like if I had to go to an evening event for another 4 to 5 hours, this face would be lasting. So let me just say, as a recap, YSL All Hours Foundation, 100% recommend. It is still reigning supreme a whole year later after it launched. YSL Concealer, I think if you have oily skin, you might really enjoy this one. And it does leave a perfected and flawless look to the skin. So if you have this concealer, you've got tips on how you make it work, especially if your skin is more dry. And even if your skin is oily, because, you know, it might be one of those that we need to kind of finagle. Please leave all of that down in the comment section below. Very happy with the Armani Fluid Sheer. I think this is a really beautiful product. Very happy that I have it, and it played very nicely under my makeup as well. And then of course, like the rest of the products I love, and they worked out very beautifully. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the products I talked about today. I'd love to help you with those questions. And if you made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad, because we love to have you. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.